that it's difficult to get they're saying I think there's people out there that I think each of your parks should have a budget. In addition to the services that you have should have a budget. So there should be a budget for your electricity, a budget for this, but you should allot yourself separate budget for each individual park. And if you want to have one of those skate parks, there's no reason that the township, instead of paying Manick & Smith, the township has a grant committee, and they should be seeking. If they're going to control your monies, then they should be seeking to find you grants. And I do question whether the parks that are owned by the Park Commission, if you have the right to sign those over to the Monroe County Park System. So if the township here isn't going to support you, this is where the people need to step up. We either need to have the public come and say we're going to support our parks or we're not going to support our parks. And if you do go to the BBA trade fair, get your questionnaires out. Have people fill them out there. So they may not do it special for you, but have the opportunity there. I cannot believe that all these people that want connectivity and all this other stuff that they're going to spend ARPA money on, that they're not willing to put that money into the parks. None of this is adding up anymore in this township, and I can't make sense of it. I don't understand it. I think everybody's got COVID of the brain or something. But our parks are our gem. The DDA is not the gem. Downtown Temperance is not the gem. It is the parks. It's what brings people together in the community, and you don't have to have a party every weekend to enjoy the parks. So to me, this is what we need to do. You need to get rid of the pocket parks, every single one of them. If you want to put in a dog park, go to Tanglewood. They've got 4 huge lots. Fence it in and let them have at it. So either use them or, like I would suggest, is just sell them and get quantity money. But that's 4 homes that could be put into Tanglewood. But I don't know what the deed restrictions are. So you should have that listing, should be a part of your master plan. And again, Manick & Smith didn't do that for you, did they? They didn't put your options for your pocket parks into the thing. And those fences that were torn down at Carr Park was done because of the TAP grant. And it's because Manick & Smith did that and did not listen to what had already been established by the Temperance Action Committee when they did that. So they tore out the park fence. The feature that they put in at the gas station was ripped out. As soon as the bill got paid, they ripped that out. The intersection is completely unsafe. So, yeah, it's, I feel for you guys. I really do. So, good luck.
All right. Thanks, Gail. Okay, so what you have in front of you is not what I really wanted. I wanted that nice big one that we do line item by line item. But this is what we got to work with for this time. Hopefully by next time we'll have the actual budget. So we can go over it line by line if you want to look at it. I think, let's see, somewhere on here. Fireworks, $20,000.
This is our current budget that runs through June 30th, correct?
Yeah.
So
2023-24, we have $25,000 in our budget for fireworks.
correct, but it says balance as of 1/22/0. That's what I was going to ask, like, because the check was in after,
Yeah. Yep, because it was the 4th, so it's,
like,
we paid, that doesn't make sense.
that's why I'm, so yeah, we can go line item by line item, but this is. not
Yeah,
a
I'm
good
glad you saw
breakdown,
that right away, because it
frankly.
should have been just
That was my first
20,000.
red flag is, yes, we upped it to 25.
Right.
Because we knew
It was going up.
with costs, it was going to go up to keep the same level show and everything. That's
how
what
come
we
we've got
discussed all
0?
together and agreed.
Okay, we need to, yeah,
Our
follow up on
budget,
that.
our balance is 0, and they're going to require their initial deposit here come spring to hold the June dates for us to Why is that at 0?
Well, the same thing with community days. Back in 22, 23, we had 4,000. Do we not have community days anymore?
That 4,000, we created that line item, and that was the 4,000 that was going to be put towards the fireworks, like maybe creating a community day style renting out. Well, we said we upped the fireworks to 25. Let's
Okay.
drop this to 400. What did we spend $75 on that the actual
Right.
budget's
For
325?
community days, I don't know.
That's another
another
kind of leads
question.
right into it.
I have to ask Chris about that, see if he can find out.
And Porta Johns, that stuff, like originally we had it at 13. We saw what we had used the year before. We amended the budget to 10,000. We have over 11,000 in it to lead us through this. That's where we
I'm
should
sure
have
it
more
got
than
moved
enough in
around.
there.
Yeah, we should have more than enough. Engineering fees were down a little bit. Legal fees, okay, so this is where,
Engineering fees we previously have almost all of the 10,000.
Mm-hmm.
Which, did we not just pay them for the pickleball court design, all that stuff? Like,
yeah, I don't know why
that's wherever this budget and all of this is coming from Township and what Bob is pulling out, it's never been explained to us.
These numbers.
He's never given us a breakdown. For all we know, he took 10 grand out of fireworks instead of 10 grand out of engineering fees to pay Manick and Smith, and now our firework budget is 0,
Right.
but our engineering's still at 10 grand, 97.26. Like, this is irrelevant to me to where we even have a discussion tonight, because
we don't have.
what do we want to
need
discuss?
have. Yeah,
Numbers are weird, none of it makes sense, and Bob is not here to give us an actual detail of where these numbers are coming from. Whereas Gail had noted too, the other page of revenues show we've made already rental revenue. We already have $79.50 on the year from rental from July 1st to current. We have $11,241 and some change from the cell tower.
right,
We have $23.40 in from leases. We have $260 in firework car park. That's the group, the AA group, and we have $350 that we get minimum from fireworks from us getting 3 food trucks in that give us a $100 donation. One gave us $150. So we are bringing in revenue that's totaled currently over $13,000. Where these fund numbers are coming from and the breakdown of it and everything, yeah, you've got, the amended budget line item is what we kind of adjusted based on our previous
Right.
year's expenditure.
right.
What the actual balance is and all that is completely up to whatever where these numbers come from. And unless he's here to explain it, we can sit here and play guessing games all night.
Really, we just do what we need to do.
Right.
Spend what we need to spend.
Because
If
in the
township
end-
approves it, they approve it, and if they
Well,
don't, they
but-
don't.
Right.
All this could
It's-
just be
Since we're going to be
entered retroactively
asking them for more money is my thing. We need to budget what we need it for. So like if we're going to do a skate park for
Throw $750,000
whatever,
in
yeah,
there.
put 750,000 somewhere and let them know that
Figure out
this
if they
is what
want
we
it to
want
come
to
from
do.
township, if they want to
Yep.
dive into that ARPA money, if they don't want to approve it. It's not on us anymore.
I mean, that's the only big thing that I can see us spending money on right now. I mean, other
still
than
have-
the courts, do we have the
still have
courts done?
125 in postage fund, but we got a random bill from the lawyer about mailing out letters to
Right, that should have been off there.
3B apparently.
So there's nothing on here for the courts, though, right? I mean, like, it's pretty much, in terms of regular business, no, we don't need anything extra. Everything can be mostly what it is. It's like, it's the projects, extra projects.
What fund or line item
Extra
does
project.
Which is,
does our community ed fund come out of?
The community ed has its own fund here. Where is it?
That's what I was looking for. Does that have a,
Somewhere.
I don't think that's on here.
Yeah, recreation, top of the second page, $25,000.
our balance is 0?
Our balance is 0.
Going to be requesting that soon?
They did. They gave us last time. She gave us a letter.
Yep.
We haven't approved it yet because I wanted the whole board here. You guys weren't here. It was just 3 of us, and I said, it's not fair
Well,
to approve
according to
that.
this, the balance is 0. We don't have 25 grand to give them.
So where did it go? Because we approved it last year for this year.
For this year.
So, well, here, 23, 24. So it's
Right.
right there. But, yeah.
That's what we set it as. Our
So did they
balance
not
is
give
0.
it to us? Yeah.
So as of right now, somebody somewhere thinks there's $117,000 to to be allocated for park
Yes.
needs between now and July?
Now, July
Right.
1st, yep.
Now and July 1st.
So
we
let's spend
should- we
$117,000.
should-
In term, and all the breakdown, I mean, the breakdown looks like it's pretty archaic almost in a way, because
The roof repair is here, amended budget. They put in money and it's showing zero, so they must have paid for the roof, right?
I haven't gotten a word on that since the township approved it, and I let Holt Roofing know that it was approved.
$40,000, 291, and it's now, balance is zero. So they replaced the roof and, already?
That'd be news to me.
so maybe this third line is more, I mean,
The amended budget's what we set when we,
Yeah.
that's us looking back at, okay, here's 22, 23, this is
what
what we
we're gonna
spent
need.
based on these line items. What do you think we need in each of these? We knew fireworks was gonna be 25, we put 25,000 on that. The actual balance is technically what's currently in there.
so as of right now, we're projecting that we think we'll need 314, and there's 117 in there theoretically.
Well, for the entire year of we would need 314,
Right.
is what we were requesting from
See,
township.
okay, and okay, balance of.
So half of it's, yeah, spent.
Yeah. Whether
You
they
guys
gave us-
ask for Bob to come to this meeting?
No,
asked before.
because he didn't give us the breakdown that we needed. He says it'll be ready for the next meeting. So hopefully he will come to our next Cal meeting, which will be the second meeting in February,
Okay.
which we will have at Car Park, not here, because they will be voting here during that meeting. So we'll have to have it at Car.
Which
Or we'll have to have
we
it
can adjourn this
up here in
meeting
the other
because
room or something.
we don't have any information to discuss about.
No, at the time, I mean, other than deciding where we want to put that request for the skate park. You know, where are we going to put that under?
Make a new line item like they did the roof repair
Right.
car park and put skate park replacement.
I mean,
Like,
That's all we can do is think about
That's-
what we're going to need and get a line item, or we do as Gail suggested, and we go park by park. And say, we want this much for this
we
park.
already have
much
that
for
already.
that park.
Look at page 2. We
And-
literally have every consumer's energy, sewer use, water use,
Yeah,
and
but-
gas
but this
broken
is-
down by every park.
Okay, but like for both Ansted and Wheeler, when we have spraying done or anything done, there's nothing on here that comes out of maintenance, or that has to come out of another budget. There's nothing specifically for that. And both those
Invasive
parks
species
need
for
to
the
have,
burns, for
yes, for the burns, for everything, that we should have that budgeted by park.
should. When we first started as a board, it was broken out that much, and Bob came in and everything got condensed down to make it
Yeah.
more streamlined.
So I don't see where that comes out of.
And this all
That's what we
lumps
need to
down again
ask.
into what I've asked Chris for months, being our treasurer, is we don't have control of our funds. Like, can we get an update? Well, I don't need all these line items, give me a number. We have X amount of dollars to spend by June 30th.
that was like 117,000.
117 is what it looks like right now,
And
but.
does that,
But what we're going to
here's
need
the
is,
questions, is that already include the roof replacement? Or
Right.
does that 40,000 need to come off
Right.
that total? Does that include, if Madigan Smith gets us a plan and bids it out and gets a company approved to replace the courts, which when we roughly got that done 2 years ago, bid
Right.
and numbered, it was like 90,000.
yeah, we haven't,
Does that have to come out of that? Now we're talking of porta potties and dumpsters and that through June, we have no budget.
right, for community ed.
Yeah, then we have
Which is showing
25,000 for
zero.
fireworks.
Zero. And they're showing same thing for fireworks, so.
Again,
Okay,
we can sit and discuss this all night, or we can.
we
these
need
are
to wait
these are
for
the
the
things
other.
we need.
we need
Township would never necessarily get into this document, right?
This document, oh yeah.
This year would
They
come up in a
approve it.
township document.
They approve it.
They approve it for us.
Yeah.
The final is approved by the township. This is not the breakdown we want. We want the big one that we had like here.
Yes.
From
I
a
know
couple years ago, this huge thing, line item,
that's
put-
where we set our new numbers off
set
of
our new
based
numbers.
on
This is what I wanted.
exact-
This is what I wanted for tonight. and
That's
we
where
didn't
that
get it.
third column came from, was
So-
us going through that
Yeah.
and figuring out what we would need in each of those lines.
This is what we need for next time. And Bob has guaranteed, he said he would have it for next time.
Okay.
It's not made
Yeah,
yet.
Bob and Chris, I guess, have 90% of the answers.
Yeah. If
I
you
mean,
guys are doing a budget, you need Bob here. to answer
well, and Chris is
questions.
our treasurer too. I mean,
We do, yep.
so I guess just, to talk about something, vis-a-vis Parmalee and, the skate park. Like, I think we already know the skate park's going to probably be too expensive. It's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough, but if we want it done and we want it done right, why do we not get township a number?
Right.
Because to let them decide whether it's coming out of their budget, if it's going to get approved at all, if they can dive into ARPA funds and they've got to spend by December, get that through.
Right.
Or they simply say no, and it's off of our hands.
That's exactly what I'm saying to you guys.
I know, but beyond it being off of our hands, I mean,
Make us vote on it.
Then when they say no, then we come with another plan.
Yeah.
But we have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
I suppose, I mean,
Otherwise, what do we...
I've sort of already with the other plan, I'm already kind of moving towards the other plan. Because, I don't know.
Then move to the other plan and get a bid
Well,
from a random contractor to build some wood ramps that in 2 years need to be tore out because they're rotten and the screws are coming out and it needs to be closed because
I'm
the
not even sure
insurance
there,
won't
well,
cover it.
I don't think there
we're
needs
running
to be
into
ramps. I don't know that there needs to be a skate park. I don't need that there needs to be any thing that allows young people to projectile themselves with wheeled devices. I think
Well,
all
when
they
we-
need is a place to hang out.
When
If we made a
we-
kind of cool little spot with benches that maybe had some type of limited thing there, it's
Isn't
really
that what
more
we
of a
already
social
have
thing.
there, though?
the
You've got the
pavilion?
picnic pavilion.
Right. That's why it's do they really nobody's skateboarding? They do ride their bikes there in
There
general
you go.
because they're kids who
We
can't
spent the
drive
money
and
with
ride their
Mannequin
bikes.
Smith. Go back into that 5-year plan and look at what the 3% of the community filled
Right,
out
wanted.
and requested, or what their top priority.
I mean-
Splash pad was on there at one point. You want to put a
I know,
splash
I
pad
know.
in there?
I've thought
That's
about
like a $1 million project plus whatever the yearly cost is to run that thing.
Right.
No, I'm thinking how do we make
get
a
some numbers over to township.
$50,000 cool hangout, enhanced hangout spot that is safe and appropriate.
I put vending machines there so they can smash into.
I don't know, but I don't think that we need to actually make a park that is for jumping and tricks and whatever like we have. I think it's more the social space that is important to.
My base on going with let's get that skate park plan to them is based on our 3 years here and the feedback we've gotten.
Yep.
We had a group that was very committed to, that we haven't heard from, but was very into the whole pump track scenario.
They wanted
This is included with it, and it's replacing what we did get feedback from of tearing out the skate park. It may be limited use and everything, but people do use it, and they're the only ones showing up to voice their opinion. So
It was a few years ago, right?
And you
Many
need
years ago,
something, for the ones that are not
There's the
doing the
public.
ball field or whatever, they're not into
This
that
field
kind of
has a
sport.
nice little skate park.
we looked at, you want to not do anything, let's look at what I had gotten bid 3 years ago of replacing the ball diamonds into
Right.
legit diamonds and not stone,
Right.
and it's going to be about $25,000 a field. We got rid of the 6 or 7 fields at Indian Creek, so instead of 17 or 16, we have 9 now, 10, 6 at White, Samaria, Carr, Parmalee. So we have 9 fields
Yep.
at 25. I'm sure it's more.
Yeah, I mean,
call
I
it
don't know
30.
about that.
Call it $30,000 a piece.
But are we going to take the fence down? The fence is coming along.
I would, if we're going to just.
If you're
do
going to
it,
get
take
anything
the
new,
whole
you're going
thing
to put
down.
new up.
We're taking it all down.
Take it all down. So now the question, that's a good question though about the fence. Do we recycle that?
Is maintenance going to take the time to go and do it? It's not us.
Because if we, there's money to
Revenue there
be.
for sure. I mean,
There should be.
Yeah, if they would do that.
but the fence, the fence is coming. The whole thing's coming down. So
be a
that space
flat
is
Yeah, that
concrete
space
pad.
will be available for something else.
right. I mean, I think a blank slate that
Yep.
I don't even
Exactly.
care about a skate park, frankly.
Right.
I just.
Yep.
So
It's canvas.
right. I mean, we may work on affordable options first, rather than even worry about all that stuff. I guess.
Well, I was going to say this meeting with the kid that I'm going to have on February 9th, and one of you can, but 2 of you can't because then it's a meeting and we have to
That's right. Yeah.
do the whole thing. So, yeah. If you're interested, let me know. We'll leave it at that.
I am, but based on schedule and
Yeah.
when it is.
Yeah.
Keep us posted.
Okay. It's the 9th, and it's going to be at 10 o'clock in the morning. But where it's going to be yet, I don't know. I'm going to see, because I think somebody from the township needs to be involved, so they know what's happening.
I'm gonna keep.
I mean, you can certainly come, Todd, if you're available.
Day is it?
It's
February
Friday the
9th
9th. I think
is
it's a
Friday the 9th.
Friday, yeah.
Friday at 10 in the morning?
10 in the morning.
I probably can't do that.
Okay.
Well, where are you going to do it at?
Well, probably here somewhere. I mean, room C, maybe. I don't know. We'll figure something
But I
out.
could just open late.
He said, I mean, we could go to a restaurant and meet too, but, you know, I just think somebody from the township needs to be involved so they know what's going on. You know, I don't want it
I'll
just
try
to
to
be
be
us.
with you. I'll try to,
talking
you know,
about it.
Fridays are tough, but I'm gonna try to work on. I mean, this is really happening, and here we
Right,
go. We
right.
voted on dumpsters. This is really happening. I'm gonna try to think of a 5-figure option
Okay,
that probably won't involve much parkness or jumps or anything. It might just be more social that could be built upon in some way. But, you know, that in that space is where my mind is at, rather than doing the 6-figure thing, getting it shot down, and going through all that. I mean, I know
and there's got to be companies, this is not one, but there's got to be companies that have those portable, you know, type things. Monroe, you said the one park in Monroe. Gail, you mentioned.
See,
has-
here's my other factor of it too is getting them a bid, whatever the number may be, is no harm to us, and maybe it'll light a fire under some people. To
of
maybe
course.
others will get involved
Right,
and give
right.
some feedback, or
Instead of us just,
more from township where they're like, okay, well, yeah, well, now that that's clear empty space and this is what they're doing, we may have others also bring in options, and it's a starting point.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
That's what I've been saying for months,
It
and
is
what
a
Todd has
bid,
given us
but
feedback
not
on as
the
our liaison.
750 though.
I
I don't want to bring
I-
50.
you know what,
It's like,
I would be comfortable around 300,000. I can't speak for the rest of the
Right.
board, but I don't think 6 figures is out of the
meet
question.
with this guy. And
where I'm at mentally with Parmalee while we're into it is like, if I can get something for 100,000 or less that retains the space and improves the space that was or is gonna, you know, be the former skate park, and then we could even have like a new entranceway that opens up the park in a different way than it currently is, and all of that could be done for under 300,000. Then I think we've done justice to Parmalee Park and enhanced it, and not, you know, just cut something out and
Then you
been
send
done
it
with
up to us and make us bid on it. That's.
But those numbers are about where I was at too, like 2 to 3.
But
for
again,
the whole
3 bids.
3 bids.
Sure.
Yep.
So you can do the 751, but no, this one or this one. Just give us 3 choices.
But
Well, and
as-
this is just from this one company too.
this is an
So
actual
there are other
athletic
companies
skate
you would have
park
to then-
building. That's why, I mean, this is a true
Yep.
That's
pump
what they
track
do.
skate
This
park.
is what they do.
Duplex combo.
Yep.
Remind me closer to the 9th. I'll try to meet with you and do that with him. I'll
Okay.
schedule it somehow that I can make it, because
All right.
I don't know, any other things you guys want to talk about?
Nope.
If anyone in
budget is
Bedford
it,
doesn't
so-
know yet, Bedford schools are canceled for tomorrow.
Right.
Going back to public,
Right. Yep. So,
going back to public comment.
public comment. Any more public comments? Yep. Here we go.
Here she comes.
I knew we couldn't sneak out with
Sure, why not? Gail Kane, 105.6 West Temperance. The reason I mentioned to go by park is because of your master plan. So even though you have your utilities, it should be each park and what your goal will be. So White Park, the concrete pathway, get a price. Find out what it would cost for you to do. The same thing with that pump park or whatever. It doesn't have to all be built tomorrow. Come up with a design and say, this is what we want, this is what it's going to cost, and we're going to phase it in. So we're going to do this portion first and apply for a grant. We're going to do that. You never know what you might get back by doing for these grants and stuff. Bob should give a presentation at your meeting, not at the cow meeting. It should be a part of your regular meeting. It should be on your agenda for next month. The social space for kids is the library. They've laid claim to that already.
Yeah.
So that's where the kids go. Now, can you fit a skate park in over there? I don't know,
No.
but you do your master plan, and then take that master plan and take each and every single park and put down what is a major feature that you're going to tackle for this upcoming year and the approximate cost or dedicated cost to it. If you spend it, you spend it. If you don't, you don't. You can roll it into a different park. But at least you have something featured for each individual park, which would take care of all your people, no matter where they're at. So that's why I mentioned an individual park basis, so.
All right. Thanks, Gail. Any other comments? If not, I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Cow meeting adjourned.